Yo, what's good with your boy? Okay, bro, I got something different. So this is gonna be my first attack, like, video in the, like, you know how I do defense. Site setups. This is gonna be my first attack operator pick on upstairs. So I have my 5 ops that I pick personally, and then I have 3 bonuses. Okay. I'm kind of thinking about this, how I want to display it, but I feel like it's simple, easier said than done. But then again, it's like, as like me displaying it, I don't want to like. Here's the thing though, I'm not gonna lie, credit is credit, but I feel like the type of path I'm taking for Siege is like, I don't post like good clips. I don't post like, these clips that you see that everyone else does. Like, I'm the type of person that, I've said it before in plenty of times. Long story short, I do want to become like, not like a dev, but like, like a coach, like someone like who knows Siege on the back of their hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like IGL, that. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this part and then I'm gonna make the video properly. Okay, look. So the whole idea of this operator pick is just, to get plant down. As you can see here, I'm just showing and displaying how Sins is going to be used if you ever in the way that you want to use Sins. You know what I'm saying? And people might say, well, Sins suck. Like, she's good in her own little way. Well, depending on what type of map you're using or like what map you're playing. And for most parts, TMI, people do have this half wall open. So it's like, in either way, if you do Sins correctly, like, they're not gonna be able to see that plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be so much cover. Now hear me out. You have Ayana, you have, what's his name, Glaz, and then you have, who else has smokes? Well, not at that moment. But if you don't want to use Deimos, because Deimos is being used, Deimos is going to be used for the people who are roaming downstairs and under and blah blah blah. And I will show in this video. But also, if you want to sub out Deimos, you can use excuse me. If you want to sub out Deimos, you can use Gritty, aka Gridlock, or you can use Aurora. I call it, bro. Really, nigga? Really, nigga? Aurora. Like, that's not her name. Shut up. I don't care who she is. Aurora, nigga. But anyways, yeah, you can use her. But I brought them up because a good reason, Glaz having 2 smokes and then pairing up with Ayana, that's already 4 smokes right there. 4 smokes. And then if you sub out Deimos, you already have 6 smokes if you use Aurora or Gridlock. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, I know on the site wall, and then the wall looking into this drop here I'm looking at on the opposite side, on the first clip, I forgot, I can't speak, I forgot the room name, but on that side of the map, I know for a fact they're gonna be playing mirror. Like, they're gonna have like this wall right here in front of me. They're gonna honestly have like a mirror on that. So like I showed how Sins has his gadget out, but notice how I have the gadget off. Turn it off. When the gadget is off, it lasts longer. Like, it doesn't, because it's not on, so it's not gonna waste it. So you know what I mean? It's not gonna waste. So remember, when you're displaying or putting down your gadget, make sure it's off. You know what I'm saying? And then when the time is ready, you turn it on, and then boom. I think Glass can still see through the Sins roly polies. I'm not sure, but point is, 6 smokes and all for Glass. So imagine Glass just being unlimited just with smokes. So just like to clear out the mirror, clear out, people who trying to sit. This room right here, on this wall towards my left, I know for a fact there'll be a mirror here. So it's like, if they go mirror, you can, sense that off, make Glass peek through it, and have smokes going. And then Glass can do what he does best, shoot through smokes, you know what I'm saying? And on this display, I'm having it in the way that when we do get wall, the wall won't be hard to get, but it's gonna be easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? So, and very, 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 I forgot, very, very, very important, I have these guys spawning a certain way in a certain spot because I don't want you guys to get spawn peaked. I don't want you guys to die super fast because you're spawning at the wrong spot. And people won't tell you this, but I think some people do say this sometimes, but I barely hear it. But yes, it's important. It's very important and it's meaningful on where you spawn at. It's like, for example, it could be on Oregon. It's like Ash can spawn Junkyard because she's Ash, you know? But let's say if you're Thatcher, bro, and they're upstairs kids, why are you Junkyard? Like, why do you spawn Junkyard if they're upstairs? You know what I'm saying? But attic wall, I'm an EMP attic wall. But you have no thermite with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, thermite is by White Van and you're by Junkyard. That's a bad spawn, you know what I'm saying? And then depending on where they're playing at, thermite could get spawn peak from Armory or a garage, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just based off you're not spawning in the right spot can honestly cost you the game or honestly cost your life. So I do have these guys spawning in a very certain spot so you don't get caught in a pickle too early or too late, or even if get caught up in traffic, just someone trying to peek down at you, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel like in my opinion, the very powerful person is going to be is Glass, because like I said, if you don't want to use Deimos, you can drop Deimos and get Gritty. You can get Grim. No, not Grim. Grim is a sub-in for Ayana. So if you don't want to use Ayana, use Grim. If you don't want to use Deimos, you can use Gridlock, or you can use Aurora. But like I said, Glass is going to be very, very, very powerful. 6 smokes, you know? 2 he has, Ayana has 2, and then Gritty or Aurora has 2, you know what I'm saying? That's 6 smokes right there. So Glass has all the time in the world to honestly pop. He can honestly save his smokes, and you can use your smokes for Glass, and then he can peek through the smokes, and he can like honestly look through the walls or whatnot. I have Thatcher down here just displaying how you would want to not really cover your claymores, but you're going to need to be checking these 3 spots before putting them down, because you know people love to roam. You know, roaming is a big thing in Siege. It don't matter what map it is, someone's going to roam regardless, you know what I'm saying? So roaming is a very big thing. So before you put anything down, any claymore, just be careful, drone it out, make sure no one's roaming in these areas, and then put them down, and you go upstairs and you help your team out, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why, like I said earlier, I brought in Deimos so he can scan people downstairs. And like I said, I'm like a while back, I'm gonna start putting like my bans. So for defense, I'm going to be banning Jaeger, Warden. You already know Warden's for Jaeger, Warden, and Pulse. And reason being because default plant is so easy to like get, like with Pulse scanners or just like a C4 in general. But Pulse is like the biggest one that they're gonna use is for this downstairs. It's just, yeah, ban Pulse. Now for Deimos, he's gonna be a bit different. He won't be going up these staircases. He's gonna be downstairs, like basement area. And I'm gonna display all the spots you can jump in at. And you may wonder, why is he so down there? Bro, he's Deimos. Like, you're gonna want to catch people off guard. And not only catch them off guard, your scan is directly on ping. It's like, you know where they're at exactly at all times until your scanner, runs out, you know what I'm saying? So just not him being front line, just him being like eyes only. But then again, when time gets crazy, then he could be involved, you know what I'm saying? And bring frag so you can frag out things, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Deimos should not be on 2nd floor. I repeat, Deimos should not be on 2nd floor. He should be on the 1st or down a basement. And you may wonder, why is the drone here? if they're defending smart enough, a defender could sit right here and shoot whoever's on that. And the only two operators that might be on that doorway is Glass and Ayana. So, yeah. So just be careful with that. So make sure you have a drone down there to watch that. And also for the hatch down there, you can pop the hatch. And if it's a mirror on that wall, you can throw a nade between the wall, probably kill the mirror, hit the mirror, or destroy her black mirror. You know what I'm saying? Just create a little bit of pressure so Ayana and Glass can safely push through there. And you did see me throw a Sins down there. That's just if he doesn't get there in time, but just in case that Sins can honestly help out the Ayana and Glass push. But I might be mistaken. I think Glass cannot see through the Sins rollies anymore. I might be wrong. I don't know. I think he still can, but just in case, you have 4 smokes, Ayana and himself, so that'd be straight. Then yeah, Deimos should be downstairs, just trying to clear out any roamers or anyone that's downstairs. He can clear, and then when everything is clear, and then he can go upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say it again. Deimos should not be on 2nd floor. Like, no, he shouldn't be. Like I said, clear everything out downstairs and then come upstairs. You know what I mean? And like I said previously, these 3 bonuses, Grim, Aurora, and Gritty. So like I said, if you want to use Grim, sub him in for Ayana. Cause I feel like Ayana, like, she's much of like a camera. I don't care how much you use her or how much she's, made for. She's a droner, intel. So if you can't get intel, just use Grim. He's way better, If you are not sure with using Deimos, you can use Aurora. Come to find out, she cannot close off windows, only doorways. So it was kind of nerve-wracking because I was like, what if they flank? I think I have it in this clip. I'm like, what if they flank on these back windows and they just get whoever's on this wall? You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't really like the fact that you can't do that. So I was like, I hope this changes, like a new patch or a new update or whatnot, because like it's honestly like annoying. I never really seen anyone like go on these windows just to catch someone off guard on this wall. But I know it's known, like people know like where to go to get them off the wall. But it's like, just if Aurora can honestly close off these so she can, cover the team from the wall, Because let's just say you get wall, right? Like you get wall perfectly, and the defender comes up, this green hallway, and then they peek these windows and get whoever on this wall. It won't be so sweet for the team, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just like Rainbow, can we fix this, please? Like, let her cover windows as well. Yeah, and that'll be pretty cool. And then really being her, like, it was crazy with her. She's not only good for like closing people out, she's good for closing people in. So it's like, if you do want to actually keep everyone inside one room, use Aurora, like keep them separated, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even though they are in sight, yes, but they can't do anything because it's a big old black figure of a, panel in their face. So you either shoot the X on top of it or blow it up, And then Gritty. For her, she's gonna be doing these certain spikes. And for Gridlock, she's gonna push the bathroom side. So right after when you put down your traps on these staircases, you're gonna wanna set a drone here and watch this hallway from the bathroom side. So you can have, honestly, flank, and not only flank, when you die or before you die, you can spike off a plant. Or if you don't spike off plant, like let's say you die before plants get down, it's okay because you also have Grim. If you don't have Ayana, you have Deimos. If you don't have Deimos, you have Aurora, or vice versa. Just trying to make everyone have making everyone have a role, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone have a part to play, So it's easier said than done, but like I said, I feel like the strongest player is gonna be Glass. So everyone is gonna depend on Glass because his smokes, in my opinion. But also here's go Grim. If you don't want to use Ayana, you can go Grim. And like I said, Grim is way better than Ayana. But you may ask, why not just use Grim first? I ain't gonna lie with you, bro. Like I said from the get-go, it's my personal pick. I like using Ayana, so if I ever run this strat, I'll be the one on Ayana. And not only that, like, I understand he can scan things, but also with Ayana, you can honestly bro, say the word right. You can honestly change the perspective on enemies and how they move. You know, let's just say they don't shoot your clone in time, and then you get out of it. You can honestly make enemies push forward, push backwards without even scanning them. Like, he can't. You know what I'm saying? So like in a way that you can honestly predict them and honestly drive them away or even closer than expected, and then get easy kills off that clone. So it's just really playing mind games, you know what I'm saying, rather than scanning, so either play mind games or you scan them. But that's just my pick. But like always, have fun. GG's.